Hi everyone and welcome back to my world. So we have finally got the trampoline concreted into the ground. The only snag we've come across is when we were moving the trampoline, we placed it upside down to get all the holes correct. And then when we flipped it over, it gets quite heavy when it's in the air, and I'm not super strong, and I know we did bounce it once or twice on the side, and I think we might have squished it slightly oval. It did also get bashed around through a storm before we put it in the ground, so we didn't actually measure it to make sure that it was completely round. If we had, I reckon my husband would have made sure it was correct before we put the concrete, because when we came to put the spring mat on, we realized that the side by the sand and the side where I am right now were sagging a bit, and it definitely wasn't as springy as it used to be. So because it was concreted in, we had to come up with another plan, and so this is what we're doing now. We had the springs on one spring per triangle hook. We've now changed it. We counted the springs, did a bit of a calculation, and we decided to put them in, like, what do you want to call it, a V. So we have to do it together because we don't have the tool, for one, to pull the springs. So we're using a spring to pull the spring, and when he pulls, then I'll lift the little triangle to go up so that he can actually hook the spring onto it. It's not like when you have a trampoline on the ground that you can actually walk around and do it. This is a lot harder. So there he is lying on the trampoline with nothing much but his own weight to pull himself back. So it proved quite hard, and then we kept getting shocked with static electricity. Yeah, so this is the time lapse of us trying to fix a trampoline, and it definitely worked much better. I didn't want to spring on it too much until the whole thing was done, because we don't want to stretch the stitching the wrong way too much. So hopefully it lasts like this for a while. So that's how the springs look. We find one that's open. This one. All in a V. We have missed a hole, because if we had done it in each hole, we would have done only half a trampoline. So we had to put 2 springs into one hole, and then obviously loop them into a V. Miss a hole, 2 more. Miss a hole, 2 more, and that's how we went all the way around. Hey, Chesty. Yep. We still have so much to do in the garden. Thankfully, summer is on the way, but remember, it was a forest to begin with, and we're dealing with England weather. So more than half the year is just cold, and I can barely work outside because my hands are frozen and my toes are frozen. So dogs enjoying the trampoline. I'm sure the kids will too. Yeah.